Hey everybody! So as you know, one of my more popular tutorials on YouTube is how to permanently sync your Wii Remotes with a Media Center PC for use with the Dolphin emulator. And as Dolphin has received more updates, and I'm assuming Windows has received updates too, something got lost in translation and it doesn't always work that well. So I've been fielding a lot of questions, but honestly I don't know exactly why it doesn't work. So when I heard about this, I decided to order one, and I will get it set up and note any issues I had with it, or if it works or if it doesn't work and things like that. But first I'm just going to do a simple overview of what you get when you order it. This is the Total Console Wireless Sensor Dolphin Bar by Mayflash. I think there's a Mayflash logo on here somewhere, but anyways, it's by Mayflash. They make some decent stuff, and it's designed to let you connect Wii Remotes to the PC. Basically, this will handle connection of the Wii Remotes as well as syncing them, so you don't need to use Bluetooth or things like that. And then you can map it to, I believe, keyboard inputs or regular X input, like a Xbox 360 controller, things like that. And so when you get the box, you get, just this little holding thing. You get a driver disc and a firmware disc. You get the sensor bar itself, an instruction manual, and then a little overview manual that tells you update Dolphin, things like that. I believe this works with any Dolphin version past 3.5. I'm not sure which one I'm running on, so I may have to upgrade my Dolphin before I start using this. Of course, I'm not going to show you guys the setup of it. I'm just going to show you this unboxing and then quick cut to once I've got it working in my thoughts and notes and anything like that. As for the bar itself, it's about the same size as the Wii and Wii U sensor bars, a little bit bigger, but I'm assuming that's because it has to, handle all the pass-through to the PC. You've got a couple buttons on here. You've got a sync, a mode, which lets you, I believe, use classic controllers and GameCube controllers connected to a Wiimote, or something like that. I'm not sure exactly. I'll probably have to clarify myself later on in the video. And then you've got LEDs to show which ones are connected, and I believe that's about it. I don't think there's a power button. No, on the back you've got a top or bottom to let you know where the sensor bar goes, but there's no off button. So I'm going to have to see how that works, because our media center is on 24/7, and if the Wii remotes stay constantly connected, that may be an issue. However, what I'm hoping to get out of this is something that easily lets me connect the Wii remotes without having to go to the Dolphin setup every time I want to use them. Something that lets me sync them up whenever I start a game. As in, you start a game, you just push a button on the Wii remote and it starts up. And something that lets me, turn off the Wii remotes but still retain the connection later on. I'm hoping, since I don't have to restart my, Media Center PC, we leave it running on pretty much all the time unless we need to do an update or there's an error. I'm hoping that'll let me stay connected, but I'll test it, see if it, holds connection after being turned off, if it still syncs up without me having to go through the full setup process again, things like that. And I'll let you guys know if it's worth the $20 it costs in the US and the, I think, $35 it costs in the UK. So yeah, once I get this worked out, I will cut to that portion of the video in a few moments, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Alright everybody, so I'm back. I haven't gotten it fully set up just yet, but I wanted to note that if you look at the screen, this is what you get with the software disk that comes with the Dolphin Bar. You've got Dolphin 3.5, which I believe is the first version they got it confirmed to work on, but it should work on all newer versions of Dolphin past 4.0.2 something. You can check on the website just to be sure. And then it comes with a PC driver, both .rar archive and a exe file, which is actually pretty neat. So before I get that installed, I just want to point something out. I was reading the manual here, and the mode button actually gives you 4 different modes. Now the first mode is keyboard and mouse mode. The second mode is keyboard and mouse game mode. I'm not sure what the difference is, maybe an increased sensitivity. The third mode is game controller mode. I'm assuming that lets you use classic controllers and things like that. And the last one is Wii Remote Controller Emulator Mode. Now that's what we're probably going to be using for Dolphin. And the way you can tell how that's working is this right here. As you'll see, there's the sync button, which means it's on. And then we've got button 4 lit, which means it's in mode 4. Now something I want to point out about this before we get into the full review is those lights may get annoying after a while, especially during things like watching movies. We'll see. It's not too bright though. As you can see, the tuning adapter we have from Cisco for our cable TV in the media center is actually a brighter light, so who knows. However, I'm not sure how long those LEDs are going to last if it stays on all the time. We'll see. And as far as the design of this goes, one major issue I have with it is the fact that the USB cable is right there, right in the middle. So that made it really hard to position. I had to put the wire under the tuning box, wrap it down under the AV shelf we have here, and then I had to, you can kind of see in the back there if you look for it well enough, had to attach it to a USB extender because the cable is so short, and then that plugged into a USB hub. So hopefully that doesn't cause too much latency. If it does, I'll have to test and see if you have to connect directly to a USB port on your PC or something like that. But all in all, it's kind of weird that I have to position it this way. And it does come with a little stand. You can see here it's detachable, completely optional. But I put it on the stand just because we have a Wii U sensor bar right down there. Oh, I think we picked up the IR. Yeah, you can see the IR LEDs that it uses to track positioning as well. That's kind of cool. But anyways, we'll see if it doubles as a Wii U sensor bar. Maybe as long as I've got it on and the PC on, powering it, I don't need that second bar, and then I can get rid of it, and that may fix some of the issues that I'm having right now with the setup, but we'll see about that. Anyways, I'm going to cut to the final thoughts and performance review of it in just a moment. Alright guys, so this isn't the final review. Another thing I noted, it shows up as Mayflash Wiimote PC adapter, which is nice because that means they actually took the time to put together some drivers for it. Now something interesting, if you go to the properties, I've got it set up to mode 4 right now, which is the Wii Remote emulator. So we've got the composite device, which is obviously the adapter itself. Then we have 4 game controllers, and then we have 4 input devices. I'm assuming the game controllers are the Wii Remotes, and the input devices are the nunchucks for directional input, and then your Z and C buttons. So that's kind of cool. So in theory, this should handle all the connections of devices and syncing them up. Now I've got both the new Wii Motion Plus and the old Wii Motion Plus remotes. If any of you guys used Dolphin back in the day, only the old ones would really connect via Bluetooth. The new ones had issues, and you had to try like the Toshiba Bluetooth stack, and it was a big pain. But hopefully this will work well with both. And I think that's all I'm going to do as far as mentioning what you get and how it works and everything. I'm just going to go get Dolphin set up, get it running, do some tests, and then once I've come to a conclusion about whether this is worth your $20 or $30, I will let you guys know. So I'm going to cut to that right now. Alright everybody, I'm back, and I am happy to say that this is the sensor bar we've all been looking for the Dolphin emulator. It worked wonderfully. Once I got it all set up, took about 20 minutes to make sure that the proper drivers were installed, that the firmware was up to date, and that things connected. Worked like a charm. I was able to connect both the old and new versions of the Wii Motion Plus Wii Remotes, the TR and non-TR versions with nunchucks. And while you can't calibrate or configure the buttons in the device manager, at least you can't while you're in Wii mode. I haven't tested the other modes, but I'm assuming you can when you're using it as PC or mouse and keyboard mode. It gets picked up by the sensor bar. As you can see, the light turns solid when a Wii remote is connected. It blinks when it is not connected, and it gets recognized by Dolphin pretty instantly. You go into Wii remote, hit refresh, and after you do that once, you don't have to do it again, which is a big deal. Because when you use Bluetooth or even some of the scripts I made, sometimes you'd have to go to the Wii Remote settings, hit refresh again, and make sure it connected every so often, and it was kind of hit or miss whether it would stay connected. But I turned off the PC a few times while I was doing updates and making sure that everything was set up right for the Dolphin Bar, and it worked perfect. It's still connected each and every time. I turned off Wii Remotes, turned them back on, and they picked up instantly. The sync function on the Dolphin Bar works great. Gives you about 30 seconds to sync up all your Wii Remotes. And once they're synced up, like I said, the light stays solid, as it is right now, because I've got the two Wii Remotes connected. And if they ever become disconnected, the LED will start blinking. And when you use it in Dolphin, like I said, you hit refresh once and they stay connected pretty much. You can restart the computer, start up Dolphin again, play a game, and they'll connect just like that. You can turn them off, turn them back on. As long as you don't turn them off during gameplay, I found that that kind of breaks it and it doesn't know what to do. But yeah, the Dolphin Bar helps Dolphin remember that they're connected. Once you've set them up once, you don't have to keep syncing them every time you turn on the PC. They will stay synced until, I'm assuming, you sync them with another console or Dolphin Bar on another PC. And it works great. I am very pleased with this. This basically removes the need for the previous video I made about how to automatically sync your Wii Remotes. It removes the need to buy an expensive wireless sensor bar. I know the Nikon ones now go for, upwards of 40, 50 bucks. This is $20 in the US and 35 or so in the UK. And from what I experienced, there was no latency at all, even with me connecting it to a USB extension cable and a USB hub. So that's pretty great. There's no real lag, as opposed to Bluetooth. Sometimes you get lag with distance, and it seems to pick it up pretty well. But don't take my word for it. I'm going to launch Super Mario Galaxy. If you want my settings and info, I can get those to you some other time, or I'll put them in the comments below. But I'm just going to play the opening real quick and show you guys how it works. If you heard that, that was the Wii Remote. It's connected. It's working just fine. Note this is version 3.5 of Dolphin. I had Dolphin 4.0 set up currently and it didn't work, so I used the 3.5 that was provided on the disc. And it works pretty great. As you can see I'm pointing. Works just fine. No real latency. Let's create a save file. There we go. It's pretty one-to-one. Don't have any issues. It doesn't feel sluggish or like it's not mapping it right. And yeah, like I said, I am very pleased with this. For the $20 in a half hour of setup, this replaces, something that took me a whole weekend to figure out previously. And so, if time is money, you just saved a whole lot of money installing this and working it out. Like I said, it works with Dolphin 3.5 and then Dolphin from 4. I believe it's 0.2.21 or something like that onwards. So if you're in between those, like Dolphin 3.6 or Dolphin 4.0, you might want to update your Dolphin to a version that supports this. I'll be testing that later, setting it up. I didn't test how it works launching from XBMC like I have set up with scripts. I haven't tested that yet, but I'm assuming it should work because, like I said, this worked every time you launched Dolphin. Alright, I'm holding the camera with one hand, so nunchuck works just fine. No issues. Getting Dolphin to run at 60 frames is another story, but like I said, I will post my config in the comments below and things like that, so you guys can see how that works. Still using the nunchuck, works perfectly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close Dolphin real quick. Then I'm going to turn off the Wii Remote. As you can see, I will turn off the second Wii Remote. As you can see, you'll note now the wireless sensor bar, or the Dolphin Bar, it's not a wireless sensor bar, there are wires, it's now blinking to show that nothing's connected. I will then sync up the Wii Remote again. Picks it up perfect. Light is on. Let's try loading Dolphin again. Sorry about the shaky cam. Half excited, half doing this, with one hand. Let's launch Super Mario Galaxy one more time. Still connected. Now let's see if it works. There you go. Perfect. You don't have to reconnect it every time. Like I said, I'm very pleased with this. I think 20 bucks is fair for the amount of time it saved me getting this set up. Like I said, previous setup for a Wii Remote with Bluetooth, you know, the cost of a Bluetooth dongle, if you don't have one, that's already 10, 15 bucks for a good one. So that right there is already most of the cost of the sensor bar. Setting up you know, scripts to get it to automatically sync, that could take a few hours, more or less, you know, even with a guide like the one I posted last year. So like I said, if time is money, then you're saving a lot of money because you're saving a lot of time. And despite some construction issues, like I said, with the stand and the placement of the cable, I couldn't be happier with it. It works exactly as they mentioned it would. I haven't tested it with any other modes because I don't really want to use it for any other modes, but all in all, it works great. So thanks for watching, guys.